So, I finally played Spider-Man PS4. Except it was on my PC, but, PlayStation game, on Steam, PC, you understand. Like many games I'll eventually play and have played, this was a game I first saw on YouTube with a playthrough, but by the time I bought it and played it in recent times, I had forgotten most of the story, so it was a pretty new experience for me. So that begs the question, is Spider-Man PS4 worth it in 2025? As usual, to give you the short answer, I think yes it is. But keep listening to find out why. Interestingly, this was the first game that I ever 100%ed. I did all the side activities for the main story and the 3 parts of the DLC. It didn't even really seem that grindy either, I was kind of just swinging around New York City doing side objectives as they came up. The game is also relatively short, which I think is a good thing, especially when we're approached with 100 hour, 200 hour plus games to get the full experience. Sometimes we just need something that you can 100% in 35 hours or just beat the main story in 20 hours. Something I need to get off my chest is just how goddamn fun swinging around is. The traversal, once you get some upgrades, becomes so seamless and obviously my favorite part of the game. The combat took a little getting used to, but once you get it, you kind of understand it. And the game gives you so many tools to diversify your combat style and make enemies that seem a lot tougher something you can take down with ease. I don't want to talk too much about the story, but I did like how many classic Spider-Man villains that we got to fight and interact with. The world building and character building I think was done very well, and the game made me really like Peter Parker. Of course, if you've seen my Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor review, you'll know that I love cosmetics and being able to personalize your playthrough and experience. And I mean, come on. The suit options are definitely fruitful in Spider-Man PS4. I'd switch suits every so often during my playthrough, but I gotta say my favorite was this vintage comic suit that kind of made your character look like it was straight out of a comic book while the rest of the New York City was still like as it was. And it made for some pretty cool photo ops. I mean, look at these. This game is stunning, and the photo mode was super fun to play around with and get some cool shots. To talk about the gameplay loop, I'd say it's a lot more repetitive if you're 100%ing the game, but honestly the main quests are each very different from one another, which I think is how it should be. The DLC main quests are a bit more repetitive because each episode of the DLC, or each part, has to reintroduce the same mechanics from the previous one, so like the screwball challenges, the forts, the crimes, etc. But the story is pretty engaging, so I don't really mind it. So to make a succinct game review even shorter, do I recommend this game? Yeah, of course I do. But I'd say again, only on sale. I don't think there's really a game out there I'd voluntarily buy at full price, but that's just me. And this game goes on sale quite often, so you can pick it up for about like 50% off or 40% off, and it'll be very, very valuable.
Throughout the city tampering with steam regulators. Aside from generally being a vandal and a troublemaker, why would he do this? I'll tell you why. Because when the city has to send crews out to fix these problems, they need police to direct traffic around them. That's officers who aren't stopping crime. Which leaves, say it with me, Spider-Man. He's trying to take our brave officers' jobs.